We have some good news to talk about today regarding Social Security, and that is the fact that benefits are going up. Any increase to your monthly benefit is always welcome, but the big question is, how much more will you actually see in your check each month? That's what I'm going to explain in this video, along with why inflation, tariffs, and the month of September all play such an important role in determining next year's cost of living adjustment, or COLA. For 2026, Social Security recipients can expect a slightly larger COLA than what we saw in 2025. According to the Senior Citizens League, the current estimate is about a 2.7% increase compared to the 2.5% increase that went into effect this year. What does that mean in real numbers? For the average retiree receiving around $1,800 per month, a 2.7% adjustment would add roughly $50 to their monthly check. If inflation trends just a little higher and the COLA lands closer to 2.9%, then the increase could be closer to $55 or $56 per month. That might not sound like much on its own, but when you consider millions of Americans rely heavily on these benefits, it makes a real difference. Now, here's why September is so important. The Social Security Administration bases the next year's COLA on inflation data from the third quarter July, August, and September. That means the CPI report that comes out on October 15th will give us the official COLA number for 2026, and September could be the deciding month. In August, tariff revenues climbed to nearly $30 billion, the first full month under President Trump's reciprocal tariffs. Higher tariffs usually mean higher consumer prices, which drives inflation upward. Since COLA is directly tied to the inflation index, these price hikes could push the adjustment higher than originally expected. We're already seeing this show up in everyday items. Coffee prices, for example, are up almost 10% this year, compared to a long-term average of about 0.1%. Jewelry and watches are up nearly 5%, while bananas, which normally get cheaper year over year, have risen about 4.9%. Televisions, which have historically dropped in price as technology improves, are up more than 3%. Even toys, which often get cheaper due to lower quality manufacturing, are now up about 2.5%. These increases are hitting households everywhere, and for seniors living on fixed incomes, every uptick matters because it directly influences next year's COLA. But there's a bigger, longer-term issue that also needs attention, and that's the future of the Social Security Trust Fund itself. Right now, Social Security serves over 70 million Americans, but projections show the trust fund could run short by 2033 or 2034. If nothing changes, that would trigger an across-the-board cut in benefits of about 23-24. Understandably, this has many people nervous. In fact, more retirees are filing for benefits earlier. At age 62, they think it locks in the benefits before cuts occur. Unfortunately, that's a misconception. If the trust fund does become insolvent, every beneficiary, no matter when they filed, would see their benefit reduced. Filing early also comes with its own drawback: a permanent reduction in benefits. Claiming at 62 means taking about 30% less than what you would receive if you waited until your full retirement age at 67. While filing early might seem like a safer option, financial experts warn it can severely limit your income over the long run. On the other hand, waiting until full retirement age ensures you get your maximum benefit, and for many people, that can make a big difference later in retirement when healthcare and living expenses rise. So here's the bottom line. As of now, the 2026 cost of living adjustment is projected at 2.7%, but if inflation continues trending higher, it could come in at 2.8% or even 2.9%. That's an average increase of $52 to $56 per month for most beneficiaries. While that increase will help, it may still lag behind real inflation if prices continue climbing into late 2025 and beyond. The key date to watch is October 15th, when the official announcement will be made. Seniors really need to get how the short-term COLA bump and the long-term issues with Social Security affect them. While this year's adjustment is welcome news, bigger questions remain about the future stability of the program. If you rely on Social Security, make sure you stay informed, understand your options when it comes to claiming benefits, and keep an eye on the official COLA announcement coming in October.